What's up, guys? Gamers Goon here today with the Summerslam preview and predictions. So, looking at this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 matches set for SummerSlam. I believe it is a 4-hour show. I believe it starts at 6. Don't quote me, but I do believe it starts at 6 p.m. plus whatever you have on the pre-show. And I'm going to go with what I think should be on the pre-show first. Big Show and Big Cass, obviously. And Tozawa and Neville, I think you're going to put 2 on there. So we'll start with Big Show and Big Cass. The match I'm least excited for. We're going to have Enzo above the ring in a shark cage. It'd be cool if we had like a kind of a turn here by Enzo. And instead of assisting the Big Show by like dropping a weapon or something, he drops it to Cass. And we could have Enzo turn heel. I don't think they'll do that, though. But if they want to get clever, go for it. But there's only one man I can see winning this. And if they have Big Show win against Big Cass, the young and up-and-comer, the guy that they're trying to push, they got something wrong with them. So I do think, with my full heart, Big Cass is going to be the one winning here. Don't know whether or not Enzo gets involved with dropping something from the cage, or if we're going to see Enzo get involved at all, if we're going to see Enzo get in the head of Big Cass. But there's no way Big Show wins against Big Cass here. They don't need to extend this feud. They don't need to do any of that. Come on, man. Come on. Anyways, next match we have Tozawa and Neville. Now, if you'd have asked me before Monday Night Raw, before we see what occurred with the Cruiserweight title, which got put on Tozawa, I would have said Neville's winning this match. I would have said Neville was going to win. But Tozawa won on Monday, therefore I changed my entire prediction for this one, and I believe Tozawa walks out champion. I don't know how he does it. I don't know if Titus Worldwide gets involved. I don't know if we're going to see any involvement from Titus or Apollo Crews. I don't know if there's going to be a disqualification, if Neville's going to tap out. I don't know how it's going to happen, why it's going to happen. I didn't even think it should have happened. But I do think Tozawa is going to beat Neville. Next match, we got Cena versus Baron Corbin. Corbin failed his cash-in last night. And, well, since Corbin failed the cash-in, which surprised me, Corbin has to win. Corbin does not lose. I would have said Corbin lost if he would have kept the briefcase still, and then he would have cashed in during the Nakamura match, just like I'm going to have Carmelo cash in. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I would have had Corbin make it a triple threat match and pin Jinder Mahal, but instead they decided to have freaking Baron Corbin get rolled up. Because Nakamura's not losing clean, so. And he shouldn't be pinned or tapping out. So, Baron Corbin, there's one way that this goes. And if it doesn't go this way, they have made Baron Corbin look like the dumbest guy ever. Baron Corbin has to go into SummerSlam, and he has to destroy John Cena. He's got to make John Cena look like a loser, a complete loser. He's got to hit like 3 end of days. After the match, he's got to hit end of days. He's got to freaking hit whatever he has to hit. He needs to lay John Cena out. He needs to put him on the shelf for what John Cena did to him. He cost him the championship. I'd be mad. So, Baron Corbin needs to come in with a vengeance and a target on the head of Cena. He needs to go in smelling blood like a shark in the water, and he has to target Cena. Next, we have the Shield reunion. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins versus Sheamus and Cesaro. This is the first match back we have had with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns has mended the fences, but we haven't seen Dean and Seth mend the fences. And they did. They did this past Monday. And it was wonderful. It really was. It was a great moment. I was excited. I got hyped. I had all smiles. I couldn't stop smiling after that. But the thing is here, Shield can't lose their first match back together, even though Roman Reigns isn't with them. I'm just still going to call them the Shield. It'd be cool if they brought back the Shield music, too. Lima, Alta, Delta, Shield. Dude, and they came from the crowd. That'd be hilarious. But, anyways, I do think the Shield are going to get the victory here over Shamaro. Shamaro, they're getting a little stale. And, sure, they could keep the titles. But what are they going to do with them? They've already fought the Hardys. The Revival's out. They can't fight the Club because of the heel dynamic there. I mean, they could, really. But I think the Shield could do a whole lot more with the titles than Shamaro could at the moment. Next, we have Naomi versus Natalya. You already know how I booked this. It actually came to life because for my WrestleMania 34 dream matches or whatever, where I booked the show, I said in it that I would have Natalya win the Fatal 5-Way. I would have her go on to face Naomi at SummerSlam. I'd have Natalya hitting a sharpshooter on Naomi. I've gone through this many times already. You can go look in any of my videos that I've talked about this match. But Natalya, she needs to have a sharpshooter on Naomi. In comes Carmella. She hits Natalya with the briefcase. Ding, ding, ding. Natalya's taken out. And then you can go for Naomi and pin Naomi. Or if you want to do it another way, you could cash in while Natalya's hitting the sharpshooter. And you could shove her off and finish the tap out yourself. You don't have to take Natalya completely out of the match. You could do it like how Seth Rollins did it. The reason I say Seth Rollins is because he's on my background on my computer. But that could be the way you do it. And it says cash in too. It's at WrestleMania 31 of him holding the title above with the fireworks. But anyways, that's how I would have Carmella booked at SummerSlam because she doesn't have a match, which means she's completely open, just saying, to walk on in there, say, hey, I got this, ding, ding, ding. And even if Carmella can't do it herself, maybe Naomi sees her coming, maybe she takes out her. James Ellsworth can get in there, he can annoy the ref. Ref will be turned around, and Carmella can grab a weapon or something, hit Naomi with it, and then she turns back around, and she acts like she's all hurt. She crawls over there, places one arm over, 1, 2, 3. There you go. Thank you for coming. I just booked your whole SmackDown Live Women's Championship match. You're welcome. Anyways, next we have AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. It's going to be a good match. We've seen it a couple times, but you put the two in the same ring, two of the best, you're going to get a good match either way. We have Shane McMahon in there. I know he's going to take a bump because if it wasn't Shane and if it was Daniel, then he wouldn't take a bump because Daniel is not medically cleared to take a bump. So that's why they put Shane in there, because Shane can take a bump. And, well, Shane, he's going to take a couple bumps. In the build, he's taken a couple bumps. He's taken a Pele, which AJ Styles apologized about it. And then he went for a phenomenal forearm on KO, and he almost hit Shane. Shane stopped. He was like, are you trying to hit me? And then Kevin Owens hit a super kick onto Shane on accident, just like the AJ Styles incident a week back. And you know he's going to take another bump. You know Shane's going to be on the ground. He's going to get super kicked. He's going to do something. And he's going to be unconscious for a little bit, leading, I believe, probably Kevin Owens, since he's the heel in this situation. He's going to try to interject a weapon or something. AJ's going to dodge it, and then he's probably going to grab it and hit him with it. And then he's probably going to end up winning. I'm thinking AJ Styles wins here. I don't think they're going to flip-flop the belt that many times back and forth, but I do see AJ Styles walking out of SummerSlam still your United States champion. Next, we have Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. Match that should have been the match, but instead we got Bayley and Bliss. The injuries kayfabe, no matter what they tell you. So, even though Bayley is injured, I think this is a way to say, hey, Bayley, Sasha Banks took your opportunity. She took what should have been yours. Sasha Banks is now the champion when you rightfully had a title shot because you beat Sasha. And that would eventually lead Bayley to get frustrated with Sasha. And then Sasha's like, hey, I won it. You didn't win it. And then turns on Bayley. That could be what the direction they're going in with the Sasha heel turn here. Because we're hearing rumors that they want to turn Nia Jax to a face. Which, by the way, Nia Jax and Sasha Banks have good chemistry. But Sasha Banks, obviously, should win this match. I think she will win this match. And I think this was the plan all along. I think Bayley's injury is not real. Even though it seems real, I don't think it is. Just the way they booked it following it. But that's just my 2 cents. Next we have New Day Rocks. New Day Rocks versus down since day one-ish, the Usos. Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary, New Day. You just got another win. Yeah, the New Day, they're going to win against the Usos. The Usos picked up the win last night on SmackDown. 50-50 booking suggests New Day should win. New Day just got the titles. I suggest that the New Day will win. And I suggest that they might take the Usos out for a couple months and then eventually get another match at WrestleMania 34. But that was my fantasy booking, but I don't think that would actually happen. But New Day here, I think they're definitely going to win. The Usos might fall victim to the Freebird rule. I don't know if it will come into play or not, but I believe the Usos are going to get handed a L here. I really do. Next, we have Demon King Finn Balor in his return. Well, Finn Balor's been back, but not the Demon King Finn Balor. Versus Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt had a match against Finn Balor 2 nights ago on Monday Night Raw. He beat Finn Balor. He poured blood on him. Finn Balor came out of the medical room, or not medical room, the Kurt Angle's office, and he's like, Bray Wyatt, he has his demons, and so do I. So it's confirmed, the demon, man, the demon, he's coming, and he's gonna beat some Bray Wyatt, man. Yeah, Bray Wyatt, you're losing at SummerSlam. They don't book the demon to have the demon lose, man. They don't do that, man. If you want Finn Balor to lose, it's not gonna be as a demon. The big return of the demon is gonna be phenomenal, man. It really will. And next we have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal, the modern day Maharaja. Yay! So Jinder Mahal is gonna be walking in with this thing right here. But he's not gonna walk out with it. He won't. He ain't walking out with that. If Jinder Mahal walks out with that, if he walks out with this title, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what WWE's going to do. Where does Jinder Mahal go from here? A rematch with Shinsuke? When Shinsuke lost? Doesn't make much sense. Does he go on to face John Cena? Doesn't make much sense. Now, Shinsuke Nakamura has to win this match. He really does. Shinsuke Nakamura cannot be pinned. You can't do that to Nakamura. You cannot have Nakamura pinned. He cannot tap out. He cannot be screwed over by the Things. He can't be screwed over by Kali even if you want to do it. He can't fall victim to any of that. Nakamura has to win. He has to hit a Kinshasa on both Singh brothers. Kali comes out. You too. And freaking Mahal, you're getting a Kinshasa right to the head. You're losing your championship. Get out of here. Nakamura needs to win this match now that Corbin can't cash in. I was going to say Corbin. You know what? Corbin inserts himself in this match. He pins Mahal just like how Seth Rollins did. But no, you can't do that now. You can't do that. Nakamura can't lose. Nakamura has to win. He can't lose. I don't care if it's interference. I don't care how it happens on if he loses. It shouldn't happen. I don't care if you have the return of Shelton Benjamin, screw both of them over. I don't care. Shinsuke Nakamura still has to win. I don't care who interferes if it's possible. I don't care what happens. Shinsuke Nakamura needs to be booked like a star. He needs to take them out, take Mahal out, take anybody out, take everybody in the crowd out until he's that champion. If he's not the champion walking out of SummerSlam, he should not be in this match. He shouldn't be in a world title match this early, but they put him in it, and he needs to win. If he loses, the whole Shinsuke Nakamura Rockstar whatever persona, the whole Shinsuke Nakamura undefeated on television thing, the whole Shinsuke Nakamura the special feel you get from him, it's all gone. The only person he should lose against is AJ Styles. AJ Styles. Not John Cena. Not Randy Orton. Not Sami Zayn. And quite frankly, I didn't even think he should lose to AJ Styles, but if he was going to lose to somebody, it should be AJ Styles, obviously. I was going to say AJ Styles should be the champion walking into WrestleMania 34, where Nakamura eventually wins the title. But that got blown over because of what they've done. So Nakamura would be the one walking in, and AJ would have to beat Nakamura instead. There's nobody on this roster who should beat Nakamura at this time. Brock Lesnar shouldn't beat him. I know they're not on the same brand. Shouldn't beat him. Roman Reigns shouldn't beat him. I know they're not on the same brand either. Samoa Joe shouldn't beat him. Roman Reigns shouldn't beat him. Who else we got? Braun Strowman shouldn't beat him. Nobody should beat him. Finn Balor shouldn't beat him, even if he is a demon. No. It just doesn't work like that. That is not who Nakamura is. If Nakamura is going to lose, he has to wait a long time. He has to give you that feel, that big time, big star feel. He has to hold the title for a year. He has to do everything possible. He has to beat everybody. He's not losing to Jinder Mahal. You can't lose to Jinder Mahal. And I send this out to a message to you, WWE. If he loses to Jinder Mahal, we will have issues. We will. It's not going to be good issues. They're not going to be bad issues. They're just going to be issues. Quote Roman Reigns. Fatal 4-way match. We have Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, my personal favorite in the match, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar. So, in comes the Barclays Center. We have Brock Lesnar with a threat from Paul Heyman saying, hint, hint, he might go and lock him up inside a cage. A cage? What cage? What cage, Paul? Oh, UFC! Yeah, Brock Lesnar's still going to lose. I don't care. He's going to lose. He's going to lose to a certain Samoan. I'm not going to spoil it because there's two Samoans in the match. That's why I said Samoan. But he's going to lose, obviously. He's going to go. He's going to have his match in UFC. He's going to come back around WrestleMania time, and he's going to end up in a big-time match. I don't know what match they put him in. Could be against Roman Reigns again. Please no. Could it be against Samoa Joe? I thought it should be a WrestleMania match, even though I went and watched it. It was a great match. I think it is very capable. Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, we got Bray Wyatt, but Brock Lesnar, I think, will lose this match. He'll go, he'll do his UFC thing, he'll come back for WrestleMania time, and he will get the job done. His contract's not over until after WrestleMania, which leads many to believe that, you know what, Brock Lesnar might or might not actually be leaving. But I think Royal Rumble time could be a good time for him to return. He could leave for a while, he could go do his training, he could do his UFC shtick and all this stuff. But, you know what? He's going to lose. One way or another, he loses. Whether he gets pinned, taps out, whether he passes out, whether he's not involved, he's losing. He is losing. So, I'm going to go piece by piece. I just went through Brock Lesnar. Well, next man we're going to go through is Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman, he's recently became a big star. He's been a must-see guy on Monday Night Raw. I think we all can agree with his Roman Reigns program. And him in the Big Show, he's been must-see. He's taken out a ring. He's flipped over ambulances. He's been a monster among men. But he picked up a win in a last man standing match. Now, he still could win. He really very well could. He could easily get the win. Samoa Joe made Roman Reigns pass out. So, the way I think of this is Braun Strowman, if he wins this, he has to pin Roman Reigns. But Roman Reigns is not going to get pinned. If anybody's getting pinned, it is Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, or Brock Lesnar. In that order. Samoa Joe's winning, Brock Lesnar's being pinned. If Roman Reigns is winning, it's Braun Strowman. And if Braun wins, he's probably pinning Joe. Or if Roman wins, he's probably pinning Joe. But that's besides the fact now. So, obviously here, Braun Strowman, he's not going to win. I don't really believe he's going to win. I can't convince myself he's going to win. It's not one-on-one, therefore he can't really bring out that monster. He might have a big moment with Brock Lesnar, though. He might. That's a good match right there. Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, that huge stare down. A stare down for the ages. We might see that dynamic. But, as far as I'm concerned, Braun Strowman isn't getting the call on Sunday. Next, we have Roman Reigns. He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. Are you sure he's even a guy? Anyways, I think he's a Superman because he does the little Superman punch. Ah, yeah. So, Roman Reigns goes in as the underdog of this match. He goes in as the guy that's not the big guy. Even though he's been in a bunch of big-time matches, even though he is a heavy hitter. Roman Reigns, he probably pins Samoa Joe or Braun Strowman. But I think Braun Strowman would be the logical one here. If Braun Strowman eats the pin, it's from Roman Reigns. But this isn't the Samoan I think is going to win. It's not the Samoan I think should win. It's not the Samoan named Joe. The Samoan named Joe now. I'm going to tell you a little life story here. He's been through it all. He's been through TNA, Ring of Honor. He's been champion all around the world. Samoa Joe is a technician specialist. A submission specialist. Samoa Joe is agile. Samoa Joe is also a very large man. Samoa Joe is the guy who does not fear Brock Lesnar. He is the guy who does not fear Braun Strowman. And he's the guy that doesn't fear the Undertaker slaying Roman Reigns. Joe, there's something about Joe. When he cuts a promo, you gonna listen. Joe has must-see written all over him. And if that's not enough for me to say, listen to the advocate of the reigning, defending, Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar. Even Paul Heyman agrees that Samoa Joe is the guy. Samoa Joe isn't a good guy. He's not a bad guy. And Roman, he quite frankly isn't the guy. He is the company. Samoa Joe is the best thing they have going for him. Samoa Joe, he's been great. Brock Lesnar program, it was good. It was great. Had a good match. He even took out Roman Reigns in a last man standing match. But the Samoan named Joe, there's something about him. We don't have confirmation from the back, though. And the last time I checked, Vince doesn't like Samoa Joe. He didn't want to push Samoa Joe. But then we insert ourselves in the Brock Lesnar Samoa Joe program. Samoa Joe cuts a phenomenal promo. Gets the world talking. Next week, he does the same thing. Next week, he does the same thing. Joe has consistency. And Joe, well, we all know that Samoa Joe is the guy that should be walking out with the Universal Championship. If you don't believe me, and if you don't believe Paulie, just watch a promo, and you'll know. Anyways, that's been your guys' predictions and preview for SummerSlam, guys. Make sure you click the red sub button. Make sure you click the thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment on your predictions. What match you think is the best is going to be. My best match here is going to be the Fatal 4-Way or Balor and Wyatt. Shield's going to be interesting. Keep a close eye on that. That's going to be a good match. Bliss and Banks put on a good match. I think we're going to get a cash-in from Miss Money in the Bank. And if you guys don't agree with anything I've said, then also leave that down in the comments below. I don't really care. If you don't, that's your opinion. And this is my opinion. So if you have some 2 cents to put in, tell me what you got. If you don't agree that maybe you think Naomi should win against Natty and then be cashed in on, then go for it. I'll listen to you. I'll hear you out. But that's your opinion. If you give me a good enough reason, I might change my opinion. But that's how I'm going to go for now. Anyways, that's been your boy Gamer Scoon. Peace out.